So you are the host.
Let's play. Wanna play now?
Well, that's the outro.
For the end? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first YouTube live podcast. I am your host, Taruk Bashar, and I'm your accompanied by my lovely co-host, Aluna Odette.
Hello.
And tonight we are here to do the best friend tag. Well, interview with the witches. Best friend tag.
Yes.
The witchy version of the best friend tag, I guess. Yeah.
Right? Okay. So I think it'd be interesting. Well, we've been friends for like a long time. TCT started just as a bit of a hobby thing because we wanted to share our knowledge and information as far as like tarot and doing readings with you guys. So we started last year, November or something?
Around that time, maybe September, October.
Yes, and it was really cool. It was really fun, and so now we thought it'd be cool so you could see who's behind the voices, right?
Down.
So who's going first?
Well, I guess I'll ask my first question.
Okay, cool.
So my question is, I guess at what age did you discover your magical potential, that magic was real, that witchcraft is real? When did you discover that?
I'm gonna say I really got introduced to magic in the aspect of real, ritualized or sympathetic magic. Probably at the age of 18, I was out living on my own and kind of got into a real stuck situation and kind of feeling like pressure just economically and everything like that. So it was like I needed something to pull me through. And I was introduced to magic.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've had history with magic too. So it was just kind of interesting how it came into my life and manifested in my life. Definitely when I was like 18. Being on my own. Okay, so my question for you is name 3 virtues that are known about your astrological sign, which is Scorpio. Yes, get into it. And also name 3 vices. So virtues are like good things, like the holy.
About Scorpio.
Yeah, and then vices are like the evil.
The bad things. Well, I guess 3 good things about Scorpio is that we are loyal. We are very sensitive, to people's emotions and feelings. We connect very easily to people. We're very good friends. We're loyal, trusting friends. I guess that's one thing.
Okay.
The second thing about Scorpios that's a virtue is that can patience be seen as something that's nice? A virtue?
Yes.
We're very patient people. We're very patient. It's like the Scorpion, he sits and waits for the perfect time to, go in,
right.
Try not to use the word attack, but the Scorpion, right? But so I think patience is a second virtue.
Okay.
And the last one, the third virtue or good thing of the Scorpio is that that's hard. Let me see, a third.
Yes, virtue.
A virtue, a positive thing, like something. Is that we fall in love, like we're very loving. We're deep in love. Like Scorpio is a water sign, and we're emotional. We're very loving. We fall in love very deeply.
Mm-hmm.
We're deep. For life lovers. We are just very much about love, and yeah. That's my third.
Okay. Now, what about vices? So the vices are like bad things.
Well, we are addictive. We do have addictive, things. We may be addicted to love, addicted to drugs, addicted to money, or sex. It's many different things that Scorpios are known to easily.
So addiction and obsession, probably.
Obsession, yeah. We do have We are obsessive. We are. And we also retaliate. We like to strike back, and we don't play with that. We're very.
We don't play.
Yeah, we don't play. Scorpios don't play.
Okay. So that was my question. So it's your turn.
Okay. So my question is, what what kinds of magic do you practice? Like what, you know, what type of magical applications do you do? What type of practical magic do you practice? Like, yeah.
Well, when I was on my Instagram account, I actually had someone come and ask me, yeah, because I've like, it's been school and work, so I've like totally been out of the scene. But I had someone come and ask me because I listed myself as a path worker. And I had someone literally come and ask me like, well, what does path working mean? Like, what does that mean? Like as a magical application? And it's the same as saying like an eclectic witch or an eclectic person who's, you know, doing magic. Because for me, you know, when you do magic, it's about altering your reality. You do a spell to bring about change to 9 times out of 10 a situation that you're currently in or experiencing. You know, it's about making a change, creating a new path.
Yeah.
So I just coined the term, I guess, path worker. Okay. And yeah, it's a combination
like
of so many.
working.
Yeah,
That's
just so many different combinations. If I need to go left
yeah.
hand to get it done, I'll do that. If I need to go right hand, I'll do that too. Okay. So now my question to you, this is an ethical question, right? So my question is, your best friend of 20 years, this is not, okay. Your best friend of 20 years has fallen for an abusive spouse. They live together and she seems terrified to leave. Would you use black magic to break them up?
She's terrified to leave.
Yeah.
And she came to me for help, or like I'm just seeing
that's just the situation. Yeah. I guess that she, okay, we'll say she didn't come.
She didn't come, so I'm just looking at it. So abusive, like, you know, she's been beaten,
hitting, touching.
I probably would, yeah.
Okay,
okay.
Cool. Okay.
Definitely.
That was that question now. Okay.
Okay. Well, have you ever, you know, used magic to find a romantic partner? Have you ever used magic, love magic, which is a form of black magic? So have you used love magic?
I don't know what you're talking about. No. Yes, I have. I mean, not shady. Actually, okay, I'm not like one of those like siren callers or anything like that, but you know, I mean, when it comes to love and it comes to dating and romance and stuff like that, if you have a natural edge, if you have something that you know is in your arsenal that'll help you sort of achieve, you know, your overall goal of dating or being with somebody, like, why would you not use that? So I definitely have cast it to, I actually used black magic or love magic to control someone and make them fall in love with me. Yes, on an immature, yes, very early dabbler magic type of tease. That was very apparent. So yes. Okay, so I have one for you. Which one am I gonna go with? Okay, so when it comes to tarot and magic, what advice would you give your 16-year-old self?
With tarot and magic, because at 16, I really had no concept of tarot.
Okay, so what would you say?
So I would just tell myself to learn it earlier, you know, because I remember when I was in high school and I had a cousin who did buy a tarot card deck or whatever, and I wanted to buy one, but I didn't have the money to buy it, you know. So I would have probably just, you know, told myself to invest in it, and who knows where I would have been now, you know, like 12 years later, you know. So the advice would just have been to get a tarot deck.
Nice.
You know, at that age.
Just dive right into it.
Because I went in, you know, late in my 20s.
Okay.
Mid-20s.
Okay. So
my turn. Well, let me see if I could do a tarot question. What 3 cards would you use in a spell that had to do with let me see. La 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 la. A situation. Let me see a situation. I guess it's maybe a job. Like somebody wants to get a job. Like, what 3 cards would you suggest to a person who wants to do a tarot spell for a job
For acquiring a
situation?
job.
Yeah, acquiring a job with 3 cards. And you're welcome to look at your deck if you need some assistance.
Oh, I know my deck actually. I would say, okay, it's gonna sound pretty weird, but I'm gonna go with the 6 of Wands, number 1, because that's about valor, victory, success, being recognized for your accolades. So definitely in the position of how you're presenting yourself with your resume, maybe your interview style, that'll kind of give you that boost, and also make the interviewer recognize you and recognize your strength and your qualities. So that would be 1. Then I would go to the Pentacles and say the 8 of Pentacles, because that's often depicted as a blacksmith, you know, that person working on their craft, learning their craft, becoming more experienced in their craft, and that also being recognized, you know, people recognizing that work. And the last card, I'm torn between the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, because the Ace is kind of like, you know, it's the start of something new. You're getting into that. It's the birth of that. And then the Page is someone who's starting something new. So taking on that new job. So I'm kind of like torn between maybe the Page. Maybe the Page. Okay, nice one. So for you, because I wrote mine down, I did my homework. Okay, so we'll do a tarot question. Name one of your favorite cards in the tarot deck, and why does it resonate with you?
One that resonates with me. Well, one that I can say that I have recently kind of had a, I guess resonating, I guess, is the Star card, you know, because, you know, before I kind of got into it, you know, I just knew it was about like, you know, hope and sensitivity and all of that. But, you know, after doing more research on it, you know, it's about like accepting yourself, you know, it's about self-acceptance, accepting your past, accepting the good, the bad, the ugly in yourself, you know, being bare to the universe. Just the thought of that, you know, of just kind of like accepting yourself and not judging yourself, and kind of knowing that you are special, that you are meant to be on this planet, that you have a vision that should be, you know, tended to, and that you should work on to fulfill, that you shouldn't, you know, kind of beat yourself down or think that you're not good enough, you know. So I kind of didn't really see all of that in the Star before. I kind of had like more of a limited view on it, but since I have this now expanded view on it, I think I kind of like the Star card. And it'll be like a good card to, you know, do some path working, you know. Definitely.
It's always like a good card to see come up in a reading when you're dealing with growth or a change or something like that. Okay, so I guess it's your turn.
Let me see. So what would you say is the most effective form of magic? Like, what would you say would be the type of magic that you would find the fastest results, that you go to when you know that it's going to, you know, when you need it, basically? Like, what is the most reliable form of magic that you find?
I don't really think it necessarily depends on the form of magic, more or less than the willpower, the urgency, and the faith that it's going to manifest. Because, I mean, you can call the highest seat of the angels to do all this stuff, but if you don't have faith in your spell work, you don't have faith in your magic, you don't have faith in yourself and your abilities, like, then it's not really going to work. So I think more depends on the individual and how they're coming to it, because some people can do light candle magic and have just drastic results, like one small green candle, and like, you know, turn the whole financial situation around. So I think that's, yeah. All right, nice one. Okay, so my question is, Do you believe there is such a thing as performing a spell incorrectly? And if yes, what do you imagine would be the consequence?
Well, I feel like you can perform a spell incorrectly. You
Okay.
know, maybe you're not really in it all the way, or you're not focused, or you're not in the correct trance states, you know, and your intention or will is not strong enough, or you
Yeah.
just don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And I think it either doesn't work, it either does not work, it may work, you know, it still may work, even if, you know, you think you did it wrong, or you're like, oh, this is, you know, and it didn't come out the way I wanted to, or, you know, I was going in on myself in my head and just whatever, and it still may work, you know, or something, you know, it may backfire on you, you know, that also may happen. Like if you do a love spell on somebody, you know, who you're trying to get back, and the spell may push the person away more and make you fall in love with them even more, you know, so you may cast it on yourself instead of them if you didn't do it correctly, or, you know, a money spell, maybe something might happen to a loved one that may cost some money to come in, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't word it correctly, I feel like some things may happen, you know, because the spirits have to make things move the fastest way for you to get that money. So if you don't word it correctly, something bad might happen for you to get a $10,000 check, you know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of word it. So I think, yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. That was mine or yours? What was yours?
That was
mine.
Yours.
Okay, your turn.
Well, I guess another question would be, what types of spirits do you work with, if any? You know, like, do you work with spirits, with angels and
Come on,
entities?
nah. No, it's okay. Yes, I have worked with spirits, deities, entities before. I mean, well, did you ask about the experience, or did you ask?
No, just if you like, you know, if you have worked with spirits. And
I definitely have. I've worked with angels. I've worked with, I'm not going to say like the darkest, dankest, most evil, vile, you know, of the demonic realm, but I have worked with goetic spirits, and also ancestral working. Yes. You know, you're working with your ancestors, those are past ones. So definitely, yes, I have. Okay, now I asked you that one. Okay, so we'll go with the spirits too. So describe your first experience working with a spirit, entity, or deity, and what did you learn about yourself in the process?
I don't know if I want to answer that question.
Why? Answer it.
Well, the first spirit that I worked with,
yes,
like the first official spirit that I worked with,
get the shade out,
was Belial. You know, he is a goetic entity, and you were like, you said the experience.
Yeah, like how did, like working with the spirit, like how did you notice yourself evolve? Or
well, what I learned is, you know, when the spirit speaks to you, you listen. That's the lesson that I learned from working with entities with evocation, is that, you know, you have to be serious about what you're asking for, and that when the spirit gives you advice that will help in the end result, you need to follow through, because if you don't, the whole thing might get messed up.
That's true.
And also another thing that I learned is burn your sigils after the ritual is performed. Like, I mean, after the result has come, after the spirit has brought to you the result that you asked for, you need to burn that sigil, because if you don't, it might undo the whole thing and might, mess up a lot of stuff. So I learned that
the hard way.
Yeah, the hard way. So, but it's all about learning, you know, me learning that, I now know to do that. So it's like, you know, it's part of the process. You learn, you make mistakes, you know, get stronger and better. So yeah.
Nice. Was that mine or yours?
I think it was yours.
Okay, so it's your turn.
It's my turn. Okay, so let me see. What do you believe about the magic circle? Do you believe that the magic circle is necessary when it comes to spell work? Do you feel like one must use a magic circle? what are your beliefs about the magic circle? You know, do you feel like it's necessary when one is performing rituals? Do you feel like it protects you? Like, what is your belief of the magic circle?
Well, I definitely, I feel like, you know, the magic circle is elementary, and it's, you know, the elementary steps are always important. It's like when it comes to writing language and literature, you can't put together the words without obviously the letters. So you have to learn the letters, you have to learn the sound, you have to learn the pronunciation. So I think that the magic circle being part of a ritual is, it grants a sense of centering. It grants a sense of protection. Why you laugh? It grants a sense of like protection. It grants a sense of, you know, like you feel like you're good. Like you feel like, okay, I'm protected, I'm centered, and it adds to the effect of the ritual. Now, there are a lot of people that, I mean, they just go into the room, light the candle, sit down, and it's like, bam, you know, spell happened, you know? So it's just all relative to the person, to the individual. Okay, so I think this will be our last one, and maybe we'll see if we have like a question from,
Yeah.
okay, so name one item that you think is essential in any ritual.
An item that's essential in any ritual?
Yeah.
Your will.
Mm.
That is the item that I feel is essential. The most essential item is your will, is your desire, you know, to cause change in the world.
So no candles, no circle.
I feel like, you know, those things help you get into the mental state, into the you know, into the realm that you need to mentally bring yourself to. You know, the magic circle, it kind of is an assistance to shift your perception into a ritual. You know, you're in a sacred space.
Right.
You know, it's you're no longer in your room now. So it's kind of, but if you can automatically get there without, just your will alone can take you there, then I feel like, you know, you can get to that point. But even the most elementary, the most beginner, the most type of like, if you need everything, you know, you still need that will, you know, because that's the whole point of casting a spell, is you desiring something and, you know, wanting it so bad that you're willing to do that. So
nice. Okay, that was mine. And then I think I'm at.
Okay, so I mean, do you want to go on to the next?
Yeah, well, you ask me a question and then we'll do the reading if you want.
Okay, so one more question. Let me see. Is there any spell that you have casted that you regret casting, that you take back, a spell that you take back?
Shouldn't have did that love spell. I'm gonna say no. I never been like hardcore, like, oh my gosh, bring on the abolishment and just destroy everybody and slay all my enemies and stuff. You know, I mean, I have I guess practice different aspects of magic, and I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say every experience that I had is, like you said, like it brought about new experience, like it brought about evolution. I was amazed with what I received, what I saw, the correlation, the coincidences, interpreting the spiritual interaction, things like that. So no, like I don't regret nothing. Okay, so now we move on to the later part of our show where we are going to do a general reading, but we're going to do a general reading for each other. So 5 from me to him and 5 from him to me. We're going to see what the ancestors and what the girls on the other side have to say.
Okay, so who goes first?
We're going to do it together.
At the same time?
Oh, drop that.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have our decks here.
Yes.
Have our decks. African decks.
I guess we're not going to be able to show them on camera because we have to like put it up to the screen. Yeah, you guys probably can't see that.
Do like this. Well, I guess mine looks a little more.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, we'll just say it. Yeah. I guess you say stop.
I guess we could stop.
Wait, should we cut each other's deck or?
It's up to you. It doesn't.
Gimme. So we're gonna cut each other's deck. Yes. Put the spirit in this bad boy. Okay, so I guess from the top.
What, like I cut this one?
No, I cut it.
Oh,
and now you pull from the top,
okay.
and that's mine. Did you cut that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh, cool. Five, we said.
Evil, really?
Well, it kind of came out reverse, but I think the whole deck was reversed. So I just was like, whoa, we ain't gonna do that right now. So the first card I got for you was the King of Wands. Very interesting energy. This energy deals with someone who is very masculine, who is very authoritative, someone who has will, you know, has determination, has a bit of ego and drive. I think what this card is saying about you is maybe that's like the underline of your Scorpio energy, just very kind of like, the King of Wands is also, you know, he's known for tradition. He's very well respected. He does things. He's the type of king that, you know, in his kingdom, there are festivities and traditions and holidays that keep his people happy. So I guess that card sort of aligns with you. The next card I see is the 8 of Cups. And it's interesting, this card came up like earlier, but the 8 of Cups deals with moving on from an emotional situation, leaving something behind, growing emotionally mature within yourself, moving on. I think this is like the avenue right now that we're taking with everything that's been happening with us for this year. We're just kind of growing in our abilities, growing in our presence. Like we're on live, you know? So it's like, yeah, I definitely could see that, like emotional maturity and moving forward. The next card is the Page of Wands, and that's funny. Again, I saw this card as like someone as a presence, like a public figure, someone who's kind of young and just starting in the being in like the public eye and stuff. So also this kind of deals with drama connected to the King of Wands. I feel like this is saying kind of play with your presence. I don't know, like innovation, creativity, doing something new, switching up your style. The next card is the World. And the World is like the completion of a cycle, maturity, worldly experience. So, you know, since we've been doing this and since we've just been practicing tarot and magic and all things, you know, associated, I feel like definitely, like we said, we've grown, we've seen the left and the right, and we have our chosen path. Our path, working path. And the last card is the 3 of Wands. And this card is about looking over the horizons, expecting something. I'm sorry, I thought I heard someone at the door. Expecting something new, looking over the horizons, make planning. Also, yeah, just kind of like you are setting goals, setting new priorities, reaching further expansion. Yeah, you got a lot of wands. Well, you got like 3 wand cards. So definitely this is about you pushing forward with your will.
Okay. Yeah. So now it's my turn. And the first card that I got for Luna is the Lover's card. Ooh. And this card did come out for her today, if I'm not mistaken, or last night. Yeah. And, you know, this card, I mean, it could symbolize TCT, like you and me, you know, it could symbolize that since we're doing it for, you know, about each other. It could definitely symbolize us, like our compatibility, working together, you know. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like when we have issues, we talk it out, you know, we don't argue or, you know. This is like a really deep, you know, the Lovers is kind of like a really deep bond, you know, it goes beyond just like the association, just like, oh, hey, you know, we've been deep with each other pretty much. It symbolizes, you know, a friendship, even a business venture. You know, you have here, the sun is is here, you know, abundance, plans, you know, just growth, you know, together, people coming, well, you know, two people coming together and establishing something, you know, one vision.
Nice.
That's the first card. And the second card for you is the Ten of Pentacles. And, you know, this card is about an inheritance, like money coming. This is money that's going to last for generations. This is, you know, the most successful Pentacles card in the whole, you know, Pentacle suite. Or, you know, this card symbolizes, you know, the ancestors looking out for you. You know, they are blessing you. They are, you know, directing you in the path that you need to go to acquire this money. This is the money of you taking care of yourself and take care of your loved ones, you know, and establishing, once again, your foundation, which is, you know, what we're doing. We're establishing ourselves, you know, for the future. You know, as the desire of anyone is to establish a foundation of, you know, success and comfort for themselves in the long run. So that's definitely long money, you know, the Ten of Pentacles.
Nice.
So that's the second card.
Thank you, ancestors.
Now the third card is a Ten of Chalices. So you got two 10 cards. So very positive. So
I'm gonna have a happy ever after then.
Yeah, so the Ten of Chalices, you know, it's a card about success, wishes coming true. You know, this is a card about emotional fulfillment. Once again, family happiness. This is a card about everybody getting an emotional cup full. You know, this is a card about just everybody coming together and, you know, celebrating also. So it's a definitely very positive card, equally to the Ten of Pentacles as far as like the most success and abundance and emotional fulfillment in the suite is the 10. It's the ultimate, you know, it's just a bam, you know. So that's so the next card is the Six of Swords.
Okay.
And, you know, I feel like this card is saying, you know, to leave behind some negative, you know, thought forms, even people in the past. Moving forward, you know, in your path and clearing those blockages, you know, removing those obstacles and putting them to the side, you know, to move forward and just have a clear path before you, you know. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, it's just having a clear path to move forward. Yeah,
I agree.
So, and the last card is the Tower card, which has come out for you also quite a few times. And this kind of has a similar connotation to the Six of Swords as far as like, you know, a cleansing and leaving behind things that are no longer served, you know, a purification, a cleansing, you know, a rebuilding, a redoing, you know, like let's start from scratch once again. And the point is that you are going to build stronger. You learn from this situation and now you're going to build more. So I think it's a learning lesson right now, but what's going to come is very positive and very fulfilling emotionally and, you know, business wise and in many aspects. So
nice. Nice. So this was fun. Should we like see if we have like the whole chat box thing? We haven't really figured out how to do this whole thing. So pardon us if you have been communicating with us, but it just hasn't said anything. I don't know. But yeah, this was really fun. We should probably get on camera more and like do some stuff.
You know, we're gonna do this more often. So, you know, we're here to take over on other platforms. So get used to it. We're here to stay. We're here to slay, and we're going to be on YouTube now, giving you guys this right here. What we do, okay? This is us. So we're here.
Also, we are, if you check out our Triple Chalice Tarot page, you can see like all our previous videos, like the videos we did before.
Archive.
Interview with the Witches, Elementary of Tarot, where we talk about each card one by one. The entire deck. So that's cool. It'll be easier to access and for you guys to tune into. And if you've been watching us, thank you.
All right, and with that,
you have to play the outro. Play the outro music. Give us a little outro music.
Wait. Hold on, it has to load.
I'm so sorry. Okay, I guess that's it.